Hello, ladies, gents, and closeted butt munchers. We return to Spelunky speedruns forever. There is no end to them, etc., etc. Same thing that I always say because there is no reason to ever not say the same thing that I always say because it's always true. And you should always repeat the truth all the time because otherwise people will ignore it and forget it. You must repeat the truth at all times or you will be met with lies. So here I am. I continue bashing my head against this wall, this sub 3 wall. This is what I want to do. This is what my intention. This is what I want my mission to be. I don't like you. No, I don't care about this entire run. It was all a practice run that I was just getting the rustiness off my fingers. That's what's going on. Look, all I do is it's play Spelunky only when I record it. Okay, so it's not like I have been practicing for this speedrun session. You're just catching me while I freaking warm up, and there's just no getting around the fact that when I start, I'm going to be slightly more incompetent. And you may say, well, this runs counter to all the nonsense narrative that you have going for yourself. How the hell did that just happen? I just backwards whipped an arrow. Was probably was simply still in the invulnerability period. You often open the video saying that the first speedrun is the best and everything that comes after is just a disaster. Well, I have changed my mind because I have decided to start... Oh, just... Everything's under control. Oh, jeez. There you go. I have changed my mind because I have decided to start identifying as female. And as everybody knows, all women change their minds 5 times a second. So it is obvious to me that what I am saying makes a perfect sense, and if you're not in agreement, well, I will withhold sex for the next 20 years. And if you believe that's unreasonable, you haven't met my wife. Anyway, I don't know where I'm going with things until I get there, and then I get there, and it's like, man, that was so not worth it. Everybody loves me for it, right? Is that just full of really lovable nonsense? What is this disaster? What is this absolute disaster? Look at where we have ended up. It's terrible. Everything's terrible. Life is but a dream. And then you never wake up. Whoopla. Well, I guess we are now interacting with this man until he finally decides to kill us. It was the stupidest interaction of all time. I chose 100% the wrong path. This is the exit. This is the exit right here. Do I want to spend a bomb to go for 1-1 or just a mere 10 seconds? Speedrun is garbage. Everything's garbage. Look, maybe what I need to do is not talk at all about Spelunky, and that's how we're going to get places. I get my mind distracted. I get in the zone. I get into a state of flow, and all that needs to happen is for my fingers to do the work while I talk about, I don't know, foolish masturbation and whatever latest book I'm reading. What am I reading right now? Israel. What is your latest reading material? Let me know about it. I'm dying to know. Prison Thorns, I finished it, then moved on to King of Thorns. This is a pretty damn well-known, I believe, trilogy of... They're not classics, but they're what really, I wouldn't say started, more like popularized the grim dark fantasy trope. Well, I'm slightly disappointed that things did not go down the way that I wanted them to go. This man turned on the dime, the kid wanted to destroy me. Still got through the exit though. Grim dark fantasy. And they're okay. It's not like they're amazing. I don't really know. Like, just hyped as this. Whoa. I wouldn't say they're bad. Certainly not bad. But I'm not like super invested in the story. I'm having a good time, but not super invested in King of Thorns right now. It's good. That's about it. I wanted to blow up. Please, this scumlord. I did whip. It's not fast enough. I thought that I was in doubt, so I whipped it out. It was not fast enough. casual stomp on this man. Ball pate. Sorry, we got this. Oh, I thought that I had the timing, but he was just too damn powerful. He just freaking land to Paco missile. I just obliterated my anus in the strongest, most uncompromising terms. Absolutely terrible. What a terrible life that we follow. So I wouldn't say if I recommend them or not. I really don't get why they popularized the grim dark fantasy thing, because it's like, it's all right. It's just basically, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, which is probably 97% of the entirety of the people that are listening right now. This book is about this guy who is the son of a king, and basically he's a huge asshole that does bad things to even worse assholes. And it's having this anti-hero protagonist, you know, getting through all his tribulations, and you sort of root for him because there's no better choice. There's nothing better. And he does, you know, now that he is among King of Thorns. During Prince of Thorns, he was just a little shit. There's no better way to put it than this guy's a little shit. Is the perfect way to describe this pompous, self-absorbed, most of the time actually evil person. But you know, now that he's king instead of just a prince, he stole somebody else's kingdom and he became king. He didn't kill his father or nothing. He just became king by stealing somebody else's kingdom, and apparently that's good enough. You don't need to inherit your kingdom. You can just steal somebody else's. That's perfectly reasonable. Perfectly reasonable. I can get behind that. Now that he is king and he, you know, the burden of the crown is upon his brow, he has become slightly more of a sympathetic to those around him. He's slowly developing a bit of a conscience, and does not everything he does is self-serving, even though he kind of tells himself that it is, because, you know, he's an edgy boy and he's not going to be told by no conscience what to do. Come on, Adam, there you go. Need to follow you so I can give you a pat in the butt as you go in, and then a slurp in the face. Give me a compass. That would be great. You know, as we progress through this nonsense, it's going to become harder and harder to improve upon what we've got. It's just the fate of the speedrunner, the fate of the self-improving path. At first, you'd make a ton of progress. Then you plateau. You might get a break here and there, but for the most part, you have to fight tooth and nail for every inch. Every tiny bit of progress is a hard-fought battle. That's where we're at right now. That is indeed where we're at. I just need better teleporter skills. I need teleporters to actually spawn in front of my face. Or alternatively, great seeds to spawn that I don't throw away into the garbage by being incompetent. You know, it's not easy. It's doable. We're not at that point yet. We're like, oh man, this is impossible. There's no way I can improve on this. I can definitely feel, if not sub 3. Am I in sub 3? Yeah, I am. No. I am, like, what was it? 3:28, the last one? I really should know where's my best time, right? But, oh, okay. We got stabbed in the face, but thanks to the bat, that wrecked my face. We continue going. I'm trying to remember, what was I talking about, and then I got distracted by being impaled in the face. Whoa. Oh boy. Oh yeah, improvement. It's difficult but still doable. It doesn't feel like we are in the impossible realm where I'm just basically trying to get a lucky seed. No. It still can be done. It's just a matter of getting that sweet good run. Son of a bitch. Look, the jungle's difficult, okay? It's especially difficult if you enter the jungle with just 1 point of health because you were extremely incompetent in everything you try to accomplish. I was hoping that drop will not do full damage, but I really should have reacted to it being full damage. Before Prison Thorns, I read the entirety of the Alita series that I had. I didn't have the whole thing, but now I do, and it's in the conclusion, needs to be read. Got the giant... Look, I saw the Alita movie. Then I was like, this is pretty good. I want to see the actual anime. It's not an anime, you idiot, I told myself. Well, there is an anime adaptation, which I thought it was kind of trash. I did not enjoy it very much. Oh boy, impale me, brother. Put me out of my misery. I looked it up and the anime was there and I was like, yeah, it's alright. The manga is better. And indeed it is. So the whole thing, the whole manga. Got the giant collection that they came out with the movie because they knew that will be super nerds like me that would want to buy it, and I did. Read through all that stuff, then started getting the omnibuses that they came out with. Those fat boys, man. It's a lot of Alita there. Got through the entirety of the omnibuses. There are 5 of them. And then, for some reason, they had to change publishers, so there was no other omnibus. I thought that I had everything, but I didn't. So I went and hunted for the last 4 chapters. And now they're in the shelf, ready to be read. What is the conclusion of this extremely long-winded and idiotic story? Alita's pretty good. It gets weird as hell, though. Alita Battle Angel. Actually, Battle Angel Alita. That is the actual manga name. Starts your I wouldn't say typical, but pretty standard-ish cyberpunk story about an android thingy creature, if you want to call it that way. So she's human, but you know, it's just this head, this torso, and all that stuff. Am I about to embark in an Alita plot of Alita explanation? I don't think I need to. It starts as pretty good cyberpunk with stuff, with different things, and from there, man, it just gets weird. It goes to, I mean, I guess going to space is not weird, but goes all over the world. She becomes this weird assassin, and after that, I don't know, it was really long, convoluted, okay? Of course, the power level continues to increase and increase and increase and increase. She dies, like literally completely dies, and is reborn like 4 different times throughout the entire story. It's a trip. It's a damn trip that I enjoyed for the most part. I don't think I got bored at any point. It gets silly, you know. Manga, it has a tendency to get real silly. Even Berserk, like the most grim, dark, traumatic story, it has so much silliness in it. It's just a thing of the medium. It's a Japanese thing, I think, that no matter how grim dark it gets. I do wonder, like, is there any manga out there that doesn't get silly? Doesn't have these bouts of silliness in between all the, like, it can be a super serious super story, like Berserk. My area of expertise is pretty limited. I'm not an otaku. I'm not a big manga fan. I just like certain ones that are pretty damn awesome, but I don't indiscriminately look for them to read. It's just that these stories, I always get exposed to them through different medium, and then I'm like, oh, you know what? I really like this stuff. I'm going to read the manga for it. Exactly what happened with is it 2 that I have read so far? Damn, they're long. Anyway, it gets super strange. The power level continues going up. It gets so silly that it's like, I don't even know if I'm invested anymore. But I would say overall it was a good time. It was a good time, and I am looking forward to the conclusion of it. It is huge. Oh boy. Almost got snailed, and then I thought that I could get into the cobweb. I was not able to do it. So there's that incredible Alita story? How do you like that? Do you like that little bit of trivia there? Do I need to cross it now off my list of things that I can talk about and never bring it up again? I don't know. It's not like I have such a list. It's just things that come into my brain that I tell you about what happened before Alita. It was just, oh yeah, Chuck Palahniuk. Freaking Chuck Palahniuk. What a freaking disaster he was. I think I already talked about this. I was like, I like Fight Club. I could read more like Fight Club. Fight Club was an awesome book. Like a legitimately awesome freaking book. I'll read more. I liked, what was it? Guts? That short story that is the super grossest thing of all time. There's a reading and it has this reputation of people throwing up when they hear it. I don't know how much of that is made up, but I'm sure it's true. And I liked his interview, what was it, on Joe Rogan? He was really fun dude to listen to. Let's read his books. Seems like a fun, awesome endeavor, and I'll have a great time. I really want to read some good books, damn it. Holy crap. Holy crap, that has he written some utter garbage. It's like, damn. I read, it's right here on my shelf. I'm going to tell you about it because it made me mad. What is it? It's over here. I may have burned it because I hated it this much. I am sure it's here though. Just good day. No? Where is it? Make something up. Choke. Damn. There's Fight Club. I can't see it. I may have torn apart. I'm burning in a pit fire. I will remember that, right? I feel like I would remember having torn something apart and burning to pieces. But the fact that I'm wondering, did I do it, is because it deserved it. I think I already ranted about this in the past. But damn it, I'm going to do it again. It was so awful. And after I was done reading it, I'm being just horrified at how terrible it was. I went online, like, what the hell happened? I went online to see, is this normal? Does an author get this bad so quickly? And when I was reading, I was aware that it was a parody. He was making fun of things, but it was still terrible. It was an awful, awful piece of writing. And I read, oh, he's just making fun of 50 Shades of Grey and all that kind of literature. So he did it on purpose. He wrote this terrible. Oh boy. Okay, actually worked out. The bomb was questionable, but it worked out pretty well. Oh man, I hate this. That sucks. Super sucks. Let's get through. He wrote it as a parody, and he basically wrote a terrible book as a parody. It's like, guess what? You still wrote a horrible book. You wrote a garbage book that I will never choose to read if I had known that it would be like this. You basically made the world worse by putting this out there. Oh man. You embarrassed yourself. And he was like, it was kind of petty. Like he was resentful. That's the impression I got out of it. He was resentful. The 50 Shades of Grey was so damn popular. It's like, you fucking idiots. He was thinking all this time in his head while he wrote it. It was just this, oh man, it just leaves you feeling absolutely gross. And not a fun gross. Like some other of his writing. It was just this thing that it was just a detriment to humanity. That was the experience that I came out with. Anyways, oh boy. Well, we were unable to prevent the damage, but at least we got through. This speedrun is not going anywhere, but of course we're going to see it all the way to the end, or until I die horrendously from my 1 point of health. There you go. Very, very straightforward, very easy to reach the death Wonderful stuff. I forget the name of it. It was like the pink something or labia or some other garbage. Not even like I purged from my memory. That's how much I really did not enjoy it. It was just awful. So awful. It's about this woman. Oh yeah. Okay. I get it now. I remember it. Of course, it was about this millionaire, and he's got this company. He makes sex toys, and the sex toys. It actually sounds like a fun and funny premise, and that's why it didn't warn me off when I first. Oh boy, we have an angry shopkeeper here. I always forget that I pissed them up. It was actually a fun premise. It's this magnate. It's of course the protagonist is a girl like in 50 Shades of Grey, and is this millionaire attractive guy, and he makes sex toys for women, and he ends up mind controlling the entire population through these sex toys, and it's like it becomes like a global problem and that kind of stuff. It actually sounds like a fun premise, but he plays it with this spiteful, hateful tone towards the parody that he's making. He's not having fun. He's not having fun with it. It's like, I hate this, and you are an absolute retard for liking it. that is the tone that he had. Anyway, that is my aside on Chuck Palahniuk. Before that, oh boy, what a great descent there into the butt of a caveman. We have lots of bumps. Let's not forget that we have lots of bumps. Just casual shopkeeper stompings. Great things are happening in this run. And before that, I think I was in the middle of, what was it called? House of Leaves. And I didn't stop reading that because I got tired of it. It was like I got distracted by some other thing, and it's still on my nightstand, but never finished it, which is probably really understandable for anybody that has read House of Leaves. It's dense. It is definitely not something. It's not light reading. Oh man. Oh, we're jumping. Woo. It was too complicated to exercise any kind of caution. Just jump in there, hope for the best. And actually it worked out. Give me a John. Definitely use him. There's the exit. Life is grand. We continue humiliating shopkeepers as we continue going. Excellent stuff. So there you go. There you go. How you feel? Oh boy, don't yell at me, brother. Where is the exit? Oof. Not that spot. But we got a good approach, and I am happy with it. Excellent stuff. Getting a little bit of a headache, and I'm a little sad because I was like, man, since I stopped drinking coffee, 0 headaches. It's worked out so nice for me. Pretty sure I roped her. Okay, that worked out. Pretty sure I roped and alerted the guy and then kept going. That was a total mistake. But I'm getting a little bit of a headache. Hopefully it'll go away. But since I stopped drinking coffee, man. You know what made the big push? Drinking coffee was making me disregard like 2 hours of sleep. I was like, I can survive without these 2 hours of sleep. Because I can just drink coffee in the morning. But in the afternoons, more often than not, I will get a headache. I was like, what's going on? Turns out, caffeine affects me in a pretty damn detrimental way. If I don't have it, I get a pretty damn awful headache. So, okay, no more caffeine. I'm just getting more sleep. And you know what really made it? Hearing on the internet, lack of sleep makes your testicles shrink. Men who sleep 5 hours or less a night have much smaller testicles than their counterparts who do sleep enough. And I could not have that because my scrotum needs to be the absolute most swollen of the entirety of the world. If my scrotum is not bigger than my fellow man's, I have failed as a man. Oh boy! death. And just like that, it was looking promising. It was doing okay. Looking alright. Just like that, a terrible temple configuration to a grinding halt. So I've been doing pretty okay with the sleep. Not getting 8 hours. 7. 7 is decent. I function at 7. I function at 6. 6, I'll be real sleepy at the end of the day. But I'll be a functional human being. 7 is what I try to get, and I do fine. 8 is like the blessed nirvana that will have me do galaxy brain all day long. But I never get it, and that's why my genius is always hampered. My genius is hampered by my own... My genius is hampered by my own self-sabotage. If I did not do it, I already would be on Mars. I will be the space explorer that got to Mars and colonized it just like that. But no, here I am with my lack of sleep and spelunky commentary. What you got, friendo? Just a bunch of... Oh, he died. He'd have a compass worth stealing. Because we have some bombs now. It would have made a pretty damn good run. Still good, though. We're going to make it work. Everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. So, hey, if you have... Oh, boy. Not happy about this. If you have recurring headaches and you're a caffeine drinker, it might be just caffeine withdrawal at the end of the day. Worth trying out. I'm never going to preach something as this works and this other thing is hurting you, because it's been extremely anecdotally proven through so much testimony. I mean, obviously there are things that are good for everybody and things that are bad for everybody, but the general gist of diet and habits is like everybody has a different thing that works for them. Not everybody. Like there's, I guess, types of physiologies. And if you just need to find what works for you. I can't say that I have found what works for me in every respect of diet. Probably will help a lot if I didn't gorge like a farm animal. But definitely coffee is one of those things that eliminating it from my life has definitely improved it. But, you know, there's people out there for whom coffee might be what makes them function. Like it was for me, methamphetamine in my 20s. There's no way I could have gone through my day without methamphetamine. And yeah, I did lose 7 on my teeth. I did do that. But man, I wouldn't have been able to rave party like I was able to do. I wouldn't have been known as the incredible disco man if I had not been a meth addict. I said disco man because I just got finished with Disco Elysium and a rant is coming. Oh, a rant is coming. I don't want to spoil it, just like for the ending of Half-Life Alyx. What's with games not sticking the landing, man? Oh, hello. What's with games not sticking the landing? It's just so disappointing. The ending of Disco Elysium was another massive disappointment. I wouldn't say it ruined the game for me. I will still recommend it. It's a great RPG. But holy crap. Was I disappointed? Wow. These guys seem far more sanguine. Far more freaking animated to see me dead than previous black market patrons. They're not patrons, they are the freaking shopkeepers. Patrons are me, who tries to buy things. I am the patron of the store. Oh, whoa! You know we're not passing this up. All the way down. Oh boy! Everything's under control. It's just, this jetpack's gonna do it. All right, brother. This is the jetpack run. It's going to give me that 3-minute, 20-second run that we have all been waiting for. Get me through to the exit. Ah, I messed up, so we're just going to try and bomb. Whoa. A little upsetting. A little slow downy. So obviously I don't want to spoil it because I will still recommend it. I will still say it's a game worth playing despite the really lackluster ending. But we'll be posting a video about this one. Just ranting about this extreme disappointing experience. Oh boy. Whew. And you know, full spoilers, warning, and all that stuff. So watch out for it soon enough. Oh, really? One bomb, so we have to actually work at it a little bit. I don't see it. Oh man, it's gonna be under that, isn't it? Oh, that sucks. Let's go down there. Oh boy. Going to be here. Yeah, one bomb is not enough. Knew it. That sucks. Maybe we can find some bombs. Maybe we can find some bombs. It's alright, there was no bombs. I wasn't able to get into the black market. Maybe if I had just foregone the black market altogether, just simply kept going forward, we could have still gotten a good speed run out of it, since we had the jetpack. The jetpack is the key to all my problems. Woo. All my problems. Pretty sure you can get a sub 3 speed run with just the jetpack. You don't need that teleporter for a sub 3. Sub 2, hell yeah, you need a freaking teleporter. Probably sub 230, you need a teleporter. But under 3 minutes, that jetpack's all you need. Maybe a jetpack and a compass. I mean, if you get lucky with a really good seat and you don't screw it up, I'm sure you can get a low percent sub 3. I'm pretty damn certain that the world record is under 3 minutes. But you know, we're talking about world record standards. Those are not my standards. The standards that are dirt bottom. That is my standard. And your standard is dirt bottom. There's nowhere to go but up. You thought I would be spiked by my own stupidity, but no, a bat was necessary to get me spiked. Alright, let's try to build up to a last hurrah. A last effort to do something somewhat decent. I am kind of happy with this speedrunning session, even though there was no real success. There was some sweet shopkeeper stomping. And if that is not your bar for success, well, you have the wrong criteria. My friendos, number 1 in my list of priorities is that how bad did I make the shopkeepers look? Did I humiliate them properly today? If so, that is a winner. That is the victorious play session, because they are the real villains of this story. I don't really care about Yama or Olmec. I just care about them shopkeepers. Ooh. Them shopkeepers being in my way. I'm being violently pushed out of my way with bullets. That's all I care about in this game right now. Man, that is like legit. I know that I say lots of things for the jokes. Legit, the number 1 thing I'm looking forward to in Spelunky 2. The shopkeepers, man. I'm seeing them climb ladders and all that stuff. It's going to be a fun time. I resent this path that led me to Callie. She wanted a little bit of worship. All I want to do is get out of here. Do not endorse it. I mean, I'm a rich boy. At this point, or like, you just go in here, kill a shopkeeper, and feel zero guilt about the endeavor. Soon I just gone done. Saying I'm looking forward to shopkeeper battles in Spelunky 2. It's going to be a riot. It's going to be awesome to adapt to their new patterns, whatever they may be, to resent them and loathe them in a brand new, renewed setting. Absolutely despise them with new. Ow! I got my block sucked. I was trying to kill the shopkeeper and I did. So, all good. Frickin' vampire had to go and interfere with my vendetta, just being a frickin' third wheel on the tail of revenge here. You know, if there's something that latest events have taught us, is that revenge bad. Revenge real bad. And it's a good thing that there are 30 plus hour stories out there telling us that revenge is bad. It's bad, okay? So, certainly something that I have internalized and immediately discarded. Like, you have to give it true consideration. You have to internalize those thoughts. So if you want to properly forget about them because they're garbage. Revenge gets a bad rap. I am all about revenge. Revenge is fantastic. Retribution for the sins of those scumbags. I'll accept this. I accept my punishment. Stop teleporting me down there. What is going on? The teleporter decided to do the absolute longest teleporter. What was that? 3-4 times in a row? Yeah, that shit, I've seen that coming. Of course, now that I wanted it to go super long, it didn't do it. My misery. That was the weirdest teleporter nonsense of all time. That's like, let's see. Let's say you can teleport from 4 to 8 tiles. I think that's the range. I could be wrong about that. I think that's the range. 4 to 8 tiles. So that's 5 different results. So that's 20% for 1 in 5. That's 5%. No, 4% for 1 in 5 and 1 in 5. I'm freaking 0.5%? No, 0.8? Look, very small chance of that happening is what I'm trying to say here. Like, at the very least, a 1% chance you just witnessed. Whee! Love me some free pickaxe. I don't even have to murder for it. Amazing. Look at that. We even get to the exit. Plenty of time to spare. My health total is decent. It's going to be the last run no matter what, so I better make it count. This pickaxe, man, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be the greatest. There's a chest and key, but we're doing really good time here. We might get somewhere with a decent time. Just keep it going. Ah! Wanted to bite my butthole. Did not allow it to happen. Well, it's like this mattock. Without this mattock, this would have been a 30 freaking second level. So happy that we were able to use it. Oh boy. It has been said that I looked down a little too long. Like, you should be able to ascertain what's down there in less time. Sometimes my brain needs that little extra fraction to know what the hell needs to happen, okay? I'm an old boy. I'm an old man. Oh man, I went the wrong way. Ah, get me out of here. No, go. Okay, we actually need to go that way, which is annoying as hell. What a terrible jungle level, I must say. I was having great prospects for this run until this jungle level happened. Damn, that was freaking traumatic. It was awful. I guess we're trying to avoid. Oh no! Oh, the frog murdered me. Okay, we're going to leave it there. We have discussed plenty of things. All kinds of nonsense have come out of my mouth. And we humiliated shopkeepers. Here's a victory for you. This video right here. This is victory itself. And I will not be convinced otherwise.